3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to be using my Ruger GP100. It's got a 6-inch barrel. I'm going to be shooting the 158 grain NOE hollow points under 5.5 grains of unique.
Be using my Ruger Super Red Hawk 44 mag, and then I got these NOE hollow points, and they're my ugly ones. They're like my mistake bullets. You can see they've got nasties all over them. These really blow up the jugs, and these I have loaded with 10 grains of unique.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I was just behind you. Did I get it first? I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure. It's kind of crazy, huh? That's cool. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we both missed.
There's just some water in it. Oh, like why yours messed up or what?
Yeah,
Did you short stroke it?
no, everything was chambered, but the lever was stuck out like that. Go.
Alright guys, I wanted to just talk a little bit about customized ammo or purpose-built ammo. Being a reloader plus being a caster, bullet caster, it gives me the freedom to make purpose-built loads. And what I mean by that is that a lot of times there is a specific kind of shooting that I want to do, and I want to design a load that accomplishes that purpose specifically and does that purpose specifically very well. A lot of times you guys see me shooting my lead bullets on the dueling tree. And one thing about the lead bullets, the cast bullets, is that they actually are pretty nice on the steel because they don't send jackets back at the shooter, and you don't get the crazy ricochets because the lead just, you know, splats. When I'm dueling with my buddies on the dueling tree, I want something that's accurate enough to hit a paddle about that big, and I want to be able to have enough power to swing the paddle. If I have too much power, what will happen sometimes, you'll see in some videos, is like the paddle will flip over, and it has so much energy that when it hits on this side, it actually flips back. And a long time ago, I was doing a duel with my friend using 44 mag ammo on the dueling tree, and it was pretty funny because we were trying to do this lever gun duel, and every time I shot, I would slap that paddle over, and then 2 or 3 paddles would flip back over onto my side, and it kind of defeated the purpose of, you know, flipping a paddle over, because you flip one over and get 3 back. So I knew that I needed to have something that had a little bit less energy, and so I developed some, you know, like a lighter weight bullet and a unique load, and it flips the paddle just fine, and it doesn't do it too much. And you'll see that I use my 45 Colts to do the lever gun duels a lot on the dueling tree, and I've got a load for that. And in this video today, we were dueling with my friend Evan was using some 357 mag with a pretty light charge of unique, and he was using hollow points, and I was using this. I think it's normally a 260 grain or 265 grain cast bullet. It's a ranch dog style NOE bullet mold, and I think I listed the name and model of it in the previous in the video. But this bullet right here it's one of my older bullet molds that I got, and one of the things I really like to use this one for is it has a pretty deep hollow point in there, and I like shooting this bullet with the hollow point. It weighs about 240-ish grains, and so I like to take these, and I use them on the milk jug duels, and with about 9.5 to 10 grains of unique, you know, of course use at your own risk, then I'm able to this bullet is explosive on the milk jugs at, you know, the distances that we shoot them at. I can blow up the milk jugs really well, and the recoil is not bad at all. So that's what I want with this purpose-built load, is something I can shoot fast, you know, with the 44 mag revolver. If I have, you know, a 240 grain bullet with a full, you know, case of H110, then the recoil is going to be enough that it'll take me a little bit longer to get back on target. But with the unique load, I can hurry and just pop, 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 and get the explosion that I want. The other thing I was going to talk about is that alloys. A lot of people are really curious about hollow point cast bullets. And some people think that if you don't get this perfect mushroom, then your load or your alloy or your bullet or everything is a failure. But for me, for example, I'm not using this hollow point on hunting, so fragmenting of the nose does not bother me. I actually don't care. And if it makes the milk jug blow up even more, then I prefer fragmenting. Or that's what this purpose-built load is for, is a low recoiling, fast, easy to shoot hollow point bullet that just obliterates milk jugs. And a quick side note about this load that I've used, one of the first times I was testing it, I had the milk jug set on a cinder block, and I shot it, and the explosion was so big that the hydraulic force from the milk jug actually split the cinder block in half, which was pretty impressive for a, you know, low recoiling unique load. Sometimes, you know, I might want something that will just penetrate big, thick things, and so I'll choose to use like a spire point, and I'll cast it really hard. And these things, this is a 500 Smith & Wesson bullet, this thing penetrates like no other. It's pretty awesome. And so, you know, no expansion or very little, but it does what I want it to do. It just penetrates like crazy. And sometimes, for example, the purpose of this bullet, and I intentionally powder coated it yellow because I load these little semi-wad cutters into the, I don't know if it's a semi-wad cutter or wad cutter. It's I call them the Lego heads. And this bullet, I'm not totally sure what it was designed for, maybe like a 327 or something like that, but this one is funny because I will load these up in the single shot 300 blackout with a light load and shoot them, sometimes super, sometimes subsonic, but with the kids, I'll even draw a little smiley face on it with a Sharpie. So I call these my Lego heads, and they look like Lego heads when I load them up. And I seat them right down to the neck, or I guess not the neck, but it looks like a neck when you seat it down to the first driving band. And anyways, so the purpose of this one is to look funny, and the kids have a blast shooting it. They love shooting these things, and they just laugh because they're shooting these little Lego heads out of the 300 blackout break action gun. So just you know, quick side note about purpose-built loads. As a caster and a bullet caster and a reloader, you have the freedom to design specific loads for specific purposes, and you can get the ammo to do exactly what you want it to do.